So while I was getting myself the Evercade collection for Mega Cat Studios 1, I saw this random game called Tanzer, which is a Sega Genesis exclusive title, as this was only available in the Sega Genesis, as Mega Cat Studios actually, they create new games or publish new games, and they bring them to older systems like the NES, Super Nintendo, or Sega Genesis. So sometimes they'll have newer games come to modern systems, or they could bring in some older ones to the newer systems. But this is still locked on the Sega Genesis, but you guys can get this game physically on Mega Cat Studios' own webpage, or at least their shop, as to say. Which this game is a action hack and slash platforming game, which you play as some sort of like robot, or like something of a robot, and you destroy these enemies. But here's the thing, right? So after you defeat these enemies and get some orbs and whatnot, use the orbs to like upgrade yourself. Maybe like what type of spells you want, or sometimes you just want to save the game. But here's the problem with saving the game. It's going to cost you a lot of orbs for saving the game process. Oh, and here's the thing. Once you're dead, well, it's game over for you, and you have to start all over again. So keep that in mind. Now, this game does have a few different routes you guys can choose from, so it makes replay value like a thing. So it usually doesn't take long to beat this game, but it's still great regardless. There's also going to be some bosses that'll range from like easy to hard, but that really depends. It's more like you have to concentrate because you may not know what their next move will be. But look, if anyone is a fan of Strider, then this is a game that you should definitely get. And also, it's a fast-paced game, so it's all there for you. This game feels like a late Genesis game, and, well, it's a Genesis game, and it sounds like one too, unlike that coffee game that they brought out, which does not sound like a Genesis game when it comes to music. But they nailed the music right, which I will go on to say. So this game also was given a Kickstarter back in 2018, and was successful after the funds of gold was 20,000 Swedish money, which it actually did pretty well. Now the game was actually developed by, I can't even say his name, but I'll just type it up on the screen. But anyhow, you guys can actually get this game physically and digitally from Mega Cat Studios, which they actually sell physical cartridges for the whole thing, as you guys want to like play the game on the Sega Genesis. But if you guys want to like it on the Evercade, it's much cheaper to do so anyway. As far as my knowledge goes, like this is actually one of the challenging Genesis games that I think I've ever even played. I should also let you guys know that this game even came out in the year of 2019 of all things. And by the way, in terms of like levels, there's gonna be like some secrets, like maybe there's a thing that you hit and you didn't know there was like some sort of item there. That'll be like a thing. Sometimes there's items that I want to grab, but somehow I just don't know how to get up there. Even if it looks like there's a way to get up there, I just have no idea how to get to these places. Even though it looks obvious. And no, you can't even go backwards either, so once you keep going all the way to the right, you have no chances trying to get whatever you need to grab. But make sure you keep grabbing these gold orbs whenever you get the chance, because that's what you're going to need in order to upgrade yourself, or if you want to like save the game. And this game is in the difficult side because of a lack of a save functionality, unless you actually buy yourself the save functionality, which can only save like one save state a time whenever you buy the thing. You're gonna need some big skill when it comes to playing this game, because this is one of the most difficult games you'll ever play. But look, some bosses are easy to cheese, so it's not like it's that hard when it comes to certain bosses. If you know what you're doing, or at least see some sort of exploit as to how you fight these bosses, then you should have no problem beating this game. But I do think, like, over all the games I've enjoyed from Mega Cat Studios Collection 1, this is one of the games I pretty much enjoyed the most. Also, you can even like select like which places you want to go to, besides just taking a different route of like each stage, because there are two different ways to go around it. Like you can go bottom or up or something. That really depends on what stage you play though, so keep that in mind for replay value. you don't know what you're up against, but if you guys kind of know your styles, then you have no problem beating this game. So all I could say is I think this is definitely worth picking up if you guys have a Sega Genesis laying around, or you just want to play something with it. So if you guys have like nothing to do, then this is a game I would definitely recommend getting if you guys have not already heard about this, which I haven't, but I'll let you guys know right now that I think you'll have a fun time playing this game as much as I did.